Hello my friends, I hope you all are doing great. I am making one of the most popular appetizers on Family Savvy blog, and I wanted to share it with my YouTube peeps because number one, it is always the first appetizer to disappear. Number two, it is a copycat recipe. Many of you may be familiar with Houston's. It's a fabulous restaurant. It's in the larger cities. It's one of my favorites. So this is a copycat recipe of the Houston's Spinach Artichoke dip. And another reason I'm sharing it, and probably the reason that you'll love it for your next party, is because it's easy and it's make ahead. You can make this ahead and refrigerate it for up to 2 days and then reheat it and serve it at your party, or you can make it and serve it the same day like I'm going to do in just a bit. We have our small group and it's like bring your favorite tailgate. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to tell you the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to melt butter and you're going to put chopped onion in your skillet and get it all sauteed. Then you're going to add a little garlic. The jarred garlic is fine. And you want to add the garlic after the onion is mostly tender because garlic can burn easily. So you only need to allow a minute or two max for your garlic to absorb that butter and get tender. So that is the first step, is butter, onion, and garlic. So we're mixing all of that up, getting it all tender, and I'm going to turn this down, and now I'm going to show you what else we're going to do. Okay, so I've moved everything over here. So we have our onion and garlic in the butter. Redmond's real salt, my favorite salt, as well as freshly ground pepper. Add just a little more of that. Now, we are going to add the spinach, and I want you all to note how dry this spinach is. When you steam your frozen spinach, whether you get it in a box or whether you get it in a bag and you steam it, you are going to probably have almost half of that weight that's on the container is going to disappear when you squeeze the water out. There is so much water in spinach, and once you cook it down, you're going to want something to squeeze all that water out. I use a nut milk bag, and you put your spinach in, and then you squeeze and twist and squeeze and twist, and the water just keeps coming, and you want to do that until it is dry. Because if you have a lot of moisture in your spinach and you add it to your dip or whatever dish you're making, sometimes you might be adding spinach to a quiche, it will make your dish turn out too liquidy. So this is washable, so I'm going to put this right over there. It's a great thing to have. Now we're going to quickly chop our artichoke hearts. You need 2 cans of artichoke hearts, and you just coarsely chop them. And I pour mine into a colander, and I'll link to all of my things. This is my Caraway nonstick. This is my OXO colander, my favorite cutting board I have ever had. I've got to show y'all because it's beautiful. It's tempered glass. It's Mackenzie Child's, and you can put it in the dishwasher. You don't have to worry about it getting bacteria in it. Like, I don't like to cut on wood, and then plastic's not safe. So we're just going to roughly chop these. You can get artichoke hearts that are chopped. I probably should have done that, but this is what I had. And I will give you another tip, because artichoke hearts have a little bit of liquid. One way to make sure that your wet ingredients or your moist ingredients have released most of their moisture before you add them to a dish is go ahead and drain them. For the spinach, you want to go ahead and put it through a nut milk bag or a fine mesh sieve. For something like this, don't necessarily want to put it in a nut milk bag, but if you want to chop this ahead, you can chop your artichokes, and I'm going to pat these down with a paper towel to get up any of the moisture. And then if you do it ahead of time and you stick these in the refrigerator takes moisture out of whatever's in there. It's a dry environment. So if you've got time and you're making it ahead, you could do this part earlier in the day and just get all your ingredients chopped and prepped, squeezed, and just keep them in the fridge. Then you pull them out and they're ready to go. Roughly chop these just like this. They're not really damp, but they're just damp enough that I just want to pat them with a paper towel. So here we go. So see, you're getting moisture. Anything that's, you know, been in a can or that just has had a lot of moisture, it's just going to be better if you just try to get some of that out. See, you can squeeze it a little bit. Just get it as dry as you can. Okay, so we have that. So you're going to add the spinach and the artichoke to the onions, butter, and garlic. Oh, y'all, this is so good. So now we're going to add our cream cheese, and then we're going to add our heavy whipping cream. I got another heavy whipping cream, guys. This one is September. This one is November. We're gonna go with this one. This one is October 17th. Even though it does not smell bad, I'm not gonna risk it. We're going to use this, and it's 3/4 of a cup. So we're doing this. You know that I'm going to mix this first with my gloved hands, and then we're putting that on the stove top for everything to heat through and get smooth. This is basically a one pot type situation. So I'm gonna mix it all up, break up everything, sort of get it blended, and then heat will do the rest. Oh my goodness, y'all. I know this doesn't look, you know, the most appetizing, but the gloves are sterile, and there's no better or easier way to get things mixed up and blended well and evenly than with gloved hands. And these are food grade, and all you do is you take them off and your hands are clean as well. So this is going stovetop, and I'll bring you all over here. So basically what we're doing is we are just heating this enough to get that cream cheese melted and to get everything really smooth and blended. Then we're going to add some cheeses and some seasonings and put that in our dish to bake. Guys, you see how easy this is. You're basically dumping everything into a skillet, stirring it, heating it, and then putting it in the serving dish. This is like a large pie plate, and I like using this. I'm gonna spray with avocado oil. You can use a square baking dish. A casserole 9x11, 9x13 is going to be too big. It would spread it out too much. So you want something that's more in the small to medium. This recipe, the way it's supposed to be, has Swiss, mozzarella, and Monterey Jack or pepper jack. My Walmart delivery person did not do what I had on my list. So I have provolone and mozzarella. It's gonna be fine, but I will link to the recipe, and you wanna make it the way the recipe says. But I'm gonna show you all. So now you can see all of the cream cheese has melted and everything is just well blended. So now we are going to add the cheese. And this is exactly how much you would add if you were adding the correct mixture, but I'm just using this cheese. It will be just fine because it's gonna be delicious. So you're basically just gonna have this on a lower heat. You're not cooking anything, you're melting. So you can see, and you don't wanna turn your stove top too high and burn anything. You're just melting and blending. See how easy? Literally, you could bring your children or grandchildren in with you to make this. And really, that's all you have to do at this point, because you're now going to put it in the baking dish to bake it. And when you bake it, then everything's really gonna melt and blend together, where you can put that chip in there and get that cheese pull. So all we did here was melt. That's all we did, okay? So now we're putting it into our pie plate. Oh my goodness, guys. Ooh, it smells good. We're just gonna smooth it out. I would not go any smaller than this. This will work beautifully. If you went any smaller, people would be dipping too far. So you could go almost with a casserole size. You just want it to have a good amount that you can dip out in one time. You don't want it to be too thin. So, okay. So here we go. Ready for the oven. It already smells so good. So what we're doing is we're putting it in the oven 20 to 25 minutes until bubbly or lightly golden. It's 3 o'clock. We're not gonna serve this. I'm not gonna take this over to our small group tailgate until right around 6. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this on the stovetop, let it get a little bit cool before I stick it in the fridge covered, and then I'm gonna pull it out about an hour before I leave to go to small group and then heat it then where it'll be bubbly and hot. Now I could go ahead and bake it, get it bubbly and hot, and just keep it in the warming oven, but I think I'm just gonna do the other way. So either way, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna come back when it is baked and ready to enjoy. Okay everyone, here is the cooked spinach artichoke dip, just like Houston's. I like to serve this with Fritos scoops, Trader Joe's elote corn chips, tortilla chips. It's so good. After our small group, there won't be a bite left. I hope you make this. If you do, I would love to hear from you. Thank you for following along. Follow if you enjoy my content. And as always, until next time, be blessed and stay savvy.